Hey, what's going on, everyone? Big Dan here. Getting ready to smoke a brisket. Been doing this and I enjoy doing this. Done a few and they've come out pretty good. Only a couple of them didn't come out very well. That's had to do, I believe, with the brand of meat that I got. I spent about 18 hours on my briskets. Okay. I went ahead and already trimmed all this. Have my own seasonings and stuff that I put on it. Letting it sit just for a little bit, because I don't want my meat to get too much of a room temperature or nothing. I like to make sure it's cold when I put it on. So, but let me show you here what we got going. Okay, I just turned this over. You can see here, this is the fatty side of the brisket. I try not to trim off too much of the fat off of this. And try to, that way it stays nice and juicy. Because if you trim off too much fat, you're going to lose a lot of the tenderness of the meat. So, but I got a couple buddies out there that actually barbecue in competitions and stuff, and they might say something a little different than what I say. You know, I don't do too much trimming on my brisket because I like to keep as much fat as possible to keep it tender. Now I'll be going out here in a minute, getting that wood ready, but this is something I really enjoy doing, you guys. But I'm gonna go on out to the pit here and see how things are going. I'll be right back with you. Now I'm out here by the pit, start getting it going now. Shouldn't take long. You can see the smoke coming off. Like I said before, I run my brisket, I slow cook it for about 18 hours, and comes out pretty tender. You can pull it apart with your fingers most of the time. Like I said, unless you get a bad cut of meat, real tough meat. But I've been doing this for a couple years now. I really enjoy it, and I just want to let some of you guys see what goes on when it comes down to barbecuing. Or smoking, should I say. Alright, we'll get back with you. Okay. Just wanted to get a little bit into here so you guys can see. I normally put a little bit of charcoal in the bottom. That way I can get the wood going. I don't like to sit there and play with it. So I put a little charcoal in the bottom, get them hot, and then I put my wood on top and get it going. One thing I want to say is you got to understand your barbecue pit, okay? You got to understand how much wood you need to put in the box to maintain a certain temperature. You want airflow. You don't want to be smothering out your fire. Just remember, you got to know, you got to experiment and find out what works on your smoker, okay? Because if you put in too much wood and you choke it off too much, it just puts too much soot inside of your pit, and you really don't want that. So you want it to flow smoothly. So what I turned around now is get my chainsaw and I chopped my wood up into smaller pieces in half. So about every hour or so, all I have to do on my pit is I just have to put one on there, probably a little bit over an hour, probably an hour and a half. I just take a chunk of wood and put it on there, and it'll maintain the temperature that I want to be, around 200 to 190. I really don't like going over that. I don't like going under that. Like I said, I could do an 18-hour smoke. Some people only do 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. I do 18 hours because I like to get that smoke deep in there, and I like to make sure I get that smoke penetration. So Alright, we'll catch you in a little bit. Okay, everyone, we're out here. Got my temperature just a little bit over 200. Letting it come down a little bit. Getting it going with the coals in the wood. It gets a little hot, but I kind of like to do that also because I clean off the grate that way when it gets real hot. It's dropping, but I'm going to go ahead and put my meat on right now because that temperature is going to drop down. So here we are. Let's get this thing open, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. All right, so gonna have to use 2 hands, so hold on just 1 second. Okay, here I am back at you. Now if you look, you notice I have the fat side up and a thicker part of the meat towards the hottest side of the pit. This here, because you don't want the thin side where the most heat is. It's going to take less time to cook that than it is that if you do that. So I separated. I have the small end here, bigger end down here, and now it's time to let it go. We'll see you here in a few hours. Good morning, everyone. Here we are, 18 hours later, 8 o'clock in the morning. Temperature's where I wanted it to be still. I'm maintaining it all night long. So, see ya. Here we go. There it is. We're gonna take it out, bring it in, check and see how she's looking. Well, here you go. We brought it in. Got a good little bark on it. Now what I did is I smoked it for 10 hours without any foil. And then after 10 hours, then I put the foil on it just to maintain the moisture. You can see it's got a pretty good bark on it. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah. Well, there she is, people. Hey everyone. Here I am. Getting ready to carve up. I started carving up the brisket already. I can show you what this what it looks like here in just a minute. I already trimmed it up quite a bit. Well, halfway anyways. I'm going to show you here the smoke ring and stuff. Okay. See here, I trimmed it all up already. Took the layer of fat that was across the side here. Took that off. But you want to see how tender this bad boy is? Here we go. Let me pull this off. Boom. Come right apart. Love it. Man, this is good. There you go. Guys, have a good one.